Yes, ladies, I am super excited to be bringing you this training, okay? So many coaches tell me all the time that they absolutely hate doing content. Now, the reason this is because they don't have a clear strategy and they're not converting clients. If you were actually converting clients from your content, you wouldn't mind putting the hours in every single week. But right now, it feels as if you're spending your time doing content, putting content out there all the time, and you're not actually converting any clients, okay? So it almost feels like a waste of time. So I'm going to try and condense this down because this could be a day's training, right? Just on content. So let's try and condense it down. And I'm going to tell you how you can put together content in less than 2 hours per week, okay? When you first start this, it may take you around 3 hours, okay, until you get the hang of it, and then you'll be able to do it very, very quickly. Okay, so let's get into it. So just a quick overview, we're going to talk about the common mistakes of content. We're going to talk about the sales psychology, the purpose of content, and types of content that will have your ideal client saying yes, and how to do that in less than 2 hours per week, okay? 2 to 3 hours. Okay, cool. Just want to say as well, guys, if you want this training, if you want the PDFs for this training, drop a hashtag convert and I will get this PDF sent out to you, okay? Okay, so how do we do it? Common mistakes that I see, like I said, is coaches don't have any written structure of what to put in their content. So every single day, you are just creating content, right? Off the cuff, straight off the bat, right? So you're constantly trying to come up with ideas of content because you're not pre-planning it. You don't know what to put in your content. You don't understand the buyer's journey to go from cold to warm to hot to convert to a client, which means that you really struggle with content, okay? You may spend hours doing it because you are running out of ideas. You feel like you're posting all the time. Often that comes from not knowing the sales psychology, not converting clients, not having a strategy in place, and just being overwhelmed and burnt out because you're posting stories, reels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You're trying all the different platforms, okay? My best piece of advice right now is just stop, okay? Just follow a very simple strategy, which I'm going to tell you, and just stick to Facebook for now, okay? Once you get cash in clients, this is what I teach my clients, is to actually outsource and have a back end that repurposes, that's the word I was looking for, repurposes your content on the other platforms, okay? But for now, if you're a new coach or you're a coach not calling in cash in clients, just stick to Facebook for now, okay? There's 3.8 billion people on Facebook. I'm sure as hell you can find your ideal client. If you are currently not, you are just not marketing it correctly, okay? Another big mistake I see is very educational jargon, inspiring quote contents, okay? These don't have a call to action either. So your ideal client is it's not doing anything for them, right? When your ideal client first comes into your world, they don't know you. You are not the authority. By you putting out educational pieces all the time, they, what reason do they have to listen to you, okay? So just having educational pieces just don't work, okay? Or if you're constantly being friend zoned, okay, you're getting loads of other coaches comment, or if it's pictures of your family, just people commenting on the pictures of your family, okay, that's not converting into clients because there isn't a strategy behind that. You're just realizing that when you put out pictures of your family, for example, you're getting people comment. People commenting is not a strategy. If you are not then converting conversations in the DMs, because sales happen in DMs, right? And you're not converting to clients, then that strategy isn't working, okay? So I'm going to tell you a strategy that is. Okay, so a little very brief part about the sales psychology, okay? So whenever you do a long form piece of content, or even you do a FOMO piece of content, you're always looking to add a CTA, a call to action, okay? Your ideal client needs to hear it 3, 4, 5 times on what you want them to do, okay? Don't expect your ideal client to just come to you and that when you finish your accreditations, you're just going to have clients. It doesn't work like that, okay? So if you're doing long form content, you need to have a hook, draws in your ideal client. You want to have a story, which nobody can copyright. The story it's your story, okay? Then you want to have the resolution. So what happened at the end of your story to help you get to the transformation, okay? And then you want to do a call to action. So, if your ideal client wants to find out exactly how to get this transformation, you've created a PDF on the exact steps. Drop a hashtag, drop whatever it is, okay? Tell them what you want them to do, okay? Do you want them to DM you to book a call? Do you want them to drop an emoji? Do you want them to drop a me so you can send them a free training? You want to be aiming for around 2 to 3 call to actions in your content every single week, okay? So every single piece of content needs to have a specific purpose before you write it, okay? So you may see pieces of content that like, hey, what's everybody watching on Netflix now? Or Marmite, love it or hate it. These are engagement. There is still a strategy behind this, okay? The strategy is to get conversations struck up with your ideal client. If you are new, it builds up the algorithms as well. So your content is seen, you're more visible, okay? But you can't just have that type of content. So you want to build that into your 2 hours of content every single week, especially if you're a new coach, okay? All right, cool. So yeah, as well, before I jump on to the next bit, part of the sales psychology as well for the engagement and for the FOMO is to call out the lurkers. This is why you have a call to action, because lurkers will just read your content and they will never engage in it. They may even not like it. They won't write a comment. So you always want to have a call to action that makes it irresistible for your lurkers to start a conversation with you. So maybe a piece of training, maybe a free coaching, whatever it is, you want to give them an incentive to start having that conversation and connection. Because if you are not having calls and conversations in the DMs, you're not jumping on calls, you're not converting, you won't have clients in your business, okay? You'll have a very expensive hobby. Okay, cool. So very quickly, just a refresh on the 3 C's that apply to every single type of content. You want to call out your ideal client, okay, and the problem that they have. You want to connect, okay? You want to connect on an emotional level, on a personal level, and let them know that there is hope, okay? And that you are able to show them the steps to the transformation, whatever that may be. And then you also want to make sure that you're converting your content into conversations, which then converts people onto a call, which then converts them to a client, okay? So when you're putting inspiring quotes, this isn't doing anything, right, guys? This isn't calling out your ideal client. This isn't starting conversations. This isn't having conversations in DMs. This isn't getting people on calls, okay? So forget that, okay? You may see other coaches doing it. Don't just look at what other coaches are doing and copy it, okay? Because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You want a simple strategy that converts ideal clients onto calls and into clients, okay? Into sales. Okay, cool. So this is very quickly different types of content. You've got your FOMO content. This is where you have your ideal client raising their hand saying, me, I really want that content, okay? This positions you as the authority. It boosts your visibility and it creates conversations, okay? And I'll say it again, conversations that happen in the DMs, this is where the sales happen. This is where you invite people onto calls and eventually convert them to ideal clients, okay? So FOMO content, just quick recaps, often those color block posts that say, hey, I've just created X, Y, and Z. Who wants it? Okay, so you always want to have at least one of those every single week. Then you want to have an injection piece, okay? An injection post. This is generally a longer form content, okay, where you will overcome your ideal client's objection, okay, to investing. Could be a mindset, could be an investment objection, okay? Cool. Then we've got the engagement post. I've already spoken about this. So this could be like I said, who likes Marmite? Yes or no, okay? It's about boosting the algorithms and getting you more visible. Okay, so visibility content, this is your video content, this is your trainings, okay? And you want to always have a hook, you want to add value, and again, a call to action. A lot of coaches say to me, I don't know how much to give away, I don't know how much content to do, am I giving away too much value? You can never give away too much value, but you must always have a strategy, okay? So say you do a video piece of content, amazing. That gets people engaged, gets them to see what you're all about, but where's your call to action? So my call to action for this piece of video content is, if you want the slides for this, okay, drop a hashtag convert, and I will send you across the slides for this exact live training, okay? There you go, great example. So you're giving away value, but then you're also creating a call to action, okay? Where you're creating more conversation. Stories are really, really great. Make sure that you include them in your content every single day, or at least a couple of times a week. And you can create polls that give a call to action. I've also created a PDF on exactly what to put into stories to convert a client every single week. So if you want that, drop a hashtag stories and I'll get that training sent across to you guys, okay? Okay, cool. So how do you organize your time? This is what you're all here for. Now you know the different types of content. You want to know, how do I do that in only 2 to 3 hours every single week, right? Okay, so what I want you to do first is I want you to write down every single day of the week on a Google Sheet, right? Then I want you to plan your content for the week, okay? So you want to write down, one live training, one mini training, stories you could have is another category, right? You want to write FOMO content, sales objection, mindset objection, okay? You want to write all the different types, client wins, all the different types of content that you need to have every single week. And you can have maybe 2 FOMOs, you can have maybe 1 client win, 1 personal win, okay? Don't overthink this, okay? But you want to have a variety every single week, okay? This is your starting point to making sure you're doing it in 2 to 3 hours. You want to carve out these 2 to 3 hours every single week. You've got some quiet time, okay? Away from the kids, the door's shut. And during the week as well, what I would invite you to do is to actually start being in groups where your ideal client are and look at pieces of content that are doing well. Now, don't copy them, okay? Because you need to be your authentic self. But sometimes it just sparks some ideas in your mind as well. So during the week, when you come up with ideas, jot them down in a notebook, jot them down in the notes on your phone, okay? Then when you sit down to those 2 to 3 hours a week, you write down your days of week, you write down the different pieces of content, then you start thinking, right, cool. I remember I was going to write a piece of content around the mindset objection. So I noticed that I'm a weight loss coach and I was on a call with my current practice client, right? And they said the thing that stops them from actually getting results is they think, oh my God, I've got to go to the gym every single day. So there you go. You've got a piece of content that week where you write about the mindset objection, that they need to get over this way of thinking, that they need to beast themselves every single day in the gym, okay? That they can still get results through working on their energy, okay? Or going 2 to 3 times a week, okay? If only they would just address their mindset, okay? So you want to write down things as they come up organically through the week, okay? Conversations that you've had on practice clients, paid clients, pieces of other content that you've written, other things that have come up in groups, okay? Just jot down the ideas as they come during the week. So when you sit down to that block part, you're going to have, it's going to trigger you, okay? All these different ideas. Okay. So this is a quick example of what you should be doing, okay? So this is your days of the week. These are the types of content, okay? Now, you also want to be doing your content in other people's groups, leveraging other people's groups, okay? Now, you may not be able to do the client wins, for example, or you may not be able to do the live mini trainings in other people's groups. No worries. It depends on your group. So go out there and look at different groups, look at the rules and see what they allow. Maybe jot down 1, 2, 3 different groups, and then, okay, you don't have to post in every single group every single day, but you do want to have it written down. Okay, Monday, in this group, I'm going to jot down my story post where I talk about how I overcame a mindset objection that got me results, okay? All right, so this is how you structure it for the week. So you can see that you really need to jot down your ideas as you go during the week. You really need to set yourself that time aside. What I will say is if you can do more video content, it's actually less time intensive. So you can do upwards to 4 pieces of video content on your Facebook profile in your group per week, okay? And that means you've got 3 written pieces to do, okay? So if you're pushed for time, I would focus more on the live trainings, but you do need to plan these exactly like this, okay? So where I've got live mini training, you want to break these down. So you want to write FOMO, then you want to write so this is your template, right? Then every single week you want to copy and paste your template, and then you want to put the exact training. You want to put the heading of the training, sorry, okay? So, for example, my sales objection one might be, so mindset objection would be, I'm going to go this alone until I've actually got clients. So I would know, okay, I've written that piece of content on, and I'm going to put that on Thursday. So I would write the heading here, so I know which piece of content I've got on my notes on my phone, grab that, post it, grab a photo, bam, go. So it makes your week so much better, guys. You're not thinking every single day, oh my God, I've got to write content. I don't know what I'm going to write. End up writing some crappy inspirational content that doesn't call in your ideal clients, okay? Because if your content is crap, if it isn't of good quality, your prospects will see that and think, oh, it just isn't speaking to me, okay? If you're in the state of mind, that energy where you're just not feeling it when you're writing your content, that is going to come across. You need to be excited about your training, okay? Because your content, and this is where you need to change your mindset, because if you were actually getting clients from your content, you would be excited about writing your content, okay? But currently, if you're hearing crickets, you feel like it's a drag, okay? You've got this bad energy around content. So let's get rid of that. Let's start afresh. Let's make sure that you're planned and prepared every single week, okay? Put your energy into your content, okay? Make sure that you have researched. You've gone out there and done the market research, okay? So you know what your ideal client wants to see and wants to read in the content, so that you know how to connect with them, okay? Now, if you don't know how to connect with your ideal client and you haven't done market research, drop me a DM, okay? And we will jump on a call. We'll do a quick roadmap in order to give you a guide on how to create market research so that you can go ahead and you can write your content every single week and call out your ideal clients, okay? Right, guys, this has been epic training. Really super excited. So I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget, if you are ready to to find out how to call in cash and clients, okay, drop me a DM, drop me a hashtag cash and clients, and we will put together that roadmap, okay? We will go over how to do the market research, guys, okay? Right, guys, take care. Bye. Peace out.